Carl Stamen. I'm 72 years old. I'm a member of PrimeTimers in Washington, D.C. I think I first noticed that I was different when I started grade school. And I can remember being bullied on the playground and in the boys' room in particular. I know they would call me faggot, queer, weirdo, sissy. I got married to try to fix myself. But all of my marriages have failed because I just didn't have that right kind of a connection, a male-female connection. I didn't come out until I was 65. I lived in the closet all those years. As I say, I'm 72 now. And after I came out to a therapist that I was seeing because we were having sexual issues in our marriage. And finally I came out to her and I said, you know, what the problem is, I'm gay. And after I told myself I'm gay, then I got into this mode of, why is God punishing me by making me gay? Why did he do that to me? So I went back to see my therapist. And she said, well, before you do anything drastic, I want you to go to this retreat. It's a gay bisexual retreat up in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. And so I went to that retreat. And I went in there. I never felt so much, excuse me, I never felt so much love in my life. And I got to know those guys. And when I left there, I was crying like this, with tears of happiness. And I went back home and I said, you know, there's nothing wrong with me, not a thing. I would say that, yeah, hold on, don't do it the way I did. If you're young, you have your whole life in front of you. Don't try to live it being something you're not. Don't try to live it being something you're not, because you're going to end up miserable. And you're young, you have your whole life ahead of you. There's plenty of help out there that you can find people to talk to, and that will accept you and love you for who you are. And I just think it's wonderful. I mean, it does get better. I mean, I found out it got better at age 65.
My name is Robert Duncan. I'm 67 years old. I'm a member of PrimeTimers, and I live in Fort Washington, Maryland. After I went in the military, I said, there's something wrong here. So I seeked, psychiatric help. And they basically told me, as long as no one else knows about it, doctor-patient privilege, that's where it stayed. And then I started doing some research on my own. And I realized that my gayness was part of who I was. It wasn't something that I caught off a door handle or a toilet stool or a disease of some sort. It was just me. Having spent almost 28 years in the military, I started socializing and finding that there were other gays in other parts of the military, as well as in the communities surrounding the installation. And as you go places and meet people, you start picking up on certain things, and you start recognizing gay people without them having to say anything. And I went on from there. And things did get better. Even though my family never criticized me, I always felt a little on the outside. And as I got older and had a partner, which I still have, of 38 years, we learned to accept them as they learned to accept us. But don't ask, don't tell is a good thing for them. So that means things are getting better for them, for those who are on active duty, as well as those who are contemplating going in the military. I know of no other person in my class, my graduating class, that was gay. Now, I'm not saying there weren't any, but I didn't know of any. And I've been to two class reunions, and one of which I took my partner to. So it does get better. And with the things changing in our society, the military's changing, it's going to improve, and it's going to be easier for a person, whether they be male or female, to let it be known that they're gay, and if they have a partner, this is my partner, etc., etc.
My name is Bill Ashley. I live in Washington, D.C. I'm 72 years old, and I'm a member of the PrimeTimers organization. Well, I think the thing that would have set me aside as a kid from the other kids was the fact that I wasn't interested in playing sports. I was interested in things that would be considered as being a nerd. And by not wanting to participate in sports or do the butch things, you were just considered to be sissy, you know. And I was sissy. But I was comfortable with myself. So if a person can be comfortable with themselves and like themselves for who they are, life is going to be much easier. Our family wasn't overly religious, but we went to church every Sunday. I can remember sitting in church hearing the minister say, a certain lifestyle is a sin. And I would be sitting there saying, he evidently is talking to other people, because the God that created me likes me the way I am. From getting to where we were as I would be as a kid to where we are now, I think it's just by determination and inch by inch, not pushing to get there tomorrow, but you know that it's going to take a while. But when you start looking back and think, oh yeah, we couldn't do this before, now we can. But it didn't all happen in one day. It's happened gradually. The first thing I would tell them is to find someone that they can talk to, whether it's another classmate or a counselor at the school. But the more they can talk about their problems or what's on their mind, the easier it becomes. And if you start talking about it and you begin to accept yourself for what you are, then other people are going to start to accept you for what you are also.